Welcome back, everyone. Crowon here. We're going to go ahead and tackle UCE Buff Gold, and we're going to import that in. Import, and we're going to have our one error. That's fine. We're going to open up our README as usual, just so we have it as a reference guide on the changes we need to make. We're going to open up this error. And as always, you can either comment this code out or you can delete it. It is up to you. Let that compile. And there we go. So we'll now just collapse all this because we are done integrating it. We're going to go ahead and create a new skill to work with for this. So we're just going to go ahead and create a new uMMORPG skill as a target buff. And I'm going to call this one Rested Gold to play off of our experience from last time. And we're going to go ahead and just put our name in here so it shows up. We'll set an icon. We're just going to find the gold. Set it to a gold bar. And we're not going to set any requirements so we can easily test. Just like the boost experience last time, boosting for the gold is the same concept. So this is a percentage value. So if you put a 1 in here, which is what we're going to do, it'll give a 100% increase on the amount of gold you obtain. If you do 0.5, it'll do 50% and so on. Then we're going to go ahead and make sure our buff time is a minute so it's easy to remember, and make sure it's active while we're killing stuff. And we want it to remain after death so they don't lose it. And we'll save that, and then we're going to go ahead and open up prefabs and entities, players, and our warrior, and we'll just find our skills and make that 9 so we have one more skill slot, and add our Rested Gold. As stated in Rested Experience, you're going to probably want to apply these some other way to your player, so they don't have the ability to use these whenever they feel like it. We have a couple other add-ons that can give these to your players in a different manner so they can't abuse the system. So we'll save our scene, and then we're going to go ahead and hit play. And server and play, pick our character, and get into the game world. We're going to go ahead and learn that skill. And it's right down here. It's already learned because my last tutorial, so we're just going to pull that down. And now we have that. Now we're not going to activate right away because we want to get an idea of how much gold we're going to get from our skeletons. Now keep in mind, due to how uMMORPG's gold and experience system and stuff like that works, is the math is all done in one location. So you can get this gold boost from anything. It doesn't matter if it's from killing these skeletons or if it's from selling something to an NPC. They're going to get this gold boost. So this might be a value you might not want. There is a way to make it so it only comes from like skeletons or vice versa. It just requires some more core changes because you have to be able to check where this gold is actually coming from. In this case, we're just going to kill a couple skeletons and get a rough idea how much we're going to get. It's not going to be exact. So this skeleton gave us 7. And I know they have a value they drop between... I believe it's 0 and 10, if I'm right. So that's 4. I'm gonna kill this one. And he's dead. All right, then he gets 6. So that's a pretty good estimation. It's probably between 0 and 10. We'll kill the last one just to be safe here on the count. And he gave 9, so yeah, that looks about right. So we're going to come back to the first skeleton, because he's going to respawn shortly. And then we're going to go ahead and put our buff on, so we have our buff for gold. We're going to kill this bad boy, and then he'll give us double the value if he drops any at all. Because if he doesn't drop anything, we still don't get any bonus. So we got 8, so he would drop 4 normally. We'll kill this one. Our buff is still active, so we'll go ahead and murk him. Voila, and he got 5, so that one probably came to 2. How the values work in the back end is they actually are decimals, and then they have it set to round, so you'll get those weird odd numbers like that sometimes still. And we'll kill this one. We have it set to round up for the sake of nicety, but you can always change it to round down if you choose. So now we see that. Now let's go ahead and make sure we get an exact value. So Obviously, we can't get an exact termination from them because we don't know how much they're exactly going to drop. So we're going to come up to our vendor, wait for our gold to wear off here because we want to show the regular sell price. So let's go and sell an item. We have one sword here on us. So we're just actually going to, let's just break out these. I believe we'll have to shift until we get them 1 and 1. So one healing potion here is worth 1 gold. So we'll sell that, and we have 1 gold. Now we're going to go ahead and put our buff on. So our buff is cast, and now we're going to our sell menu again, and we're going to put this in. It's going to say 1 gold. We're going to sell it, but then we got 2, as you can see here. So it did work. The value did double. Now, if you want that value to show in the vendor as well for doubling, you'll have to make an adjustment in here to show with the doubled amount. Once again, that's a significantly more core changes that we didn't want to have you piling through a whole bunch of scripts to get these core changes in place to be able to double your gold value when the system doesn't normally do it this way. So it is a way to do it if you wish to dig in and give a little bit more control and fine tuning. Otherwise, that is it for getting Buff Gold implemented, and I'll catch you in the next one.